Graspop Metal Meeting 2019, and we are here with one of the most energetic, innovative bands of the lineup this year, Fever 333. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Good man, thank you very much.
How's the tour been so far?
Amazing.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. People have been really receptive and understanding and open to what we're doing and bringing, so it's been great.
And if they aren't open, you will make them open again.
We'll do our very best. Do our very best.
You will break them open. If people should ask, how would you describe Fever 333 in 2 words? To my mind comes adrenaline bomb. Is that the way you see it as well?
Yeah, I think about power, you know, like people's power. I'm trying to recognize that and understand that and offer a space for people to feel as though they have their own sense of power inherently.
Yeah, which they do.
Yeah.
The good kind of power.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the thing. I think humanity is always at ends and struggling with this leveraging of power, whether it be politically, societally, socially, sexually. There's a lot of power dynamics and leveraging of power against people. Mm-hmm. And so what we're trying to do is really bring the balance back into play and give people but allow them to recognize their power.
To have a bit of a getaway from their daily struggle. Absolutely. And feel empowered by it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. There's a lot of styles combined in the music you make. Rap, metal, everything basically. Mm-hmm. What's the craziest style you can think of that you would still like to get into your own music?
Maybe some really deep sort of ambient moments would be kind of cool. Like
relaxing music.
Yeah.
I mean,
or
some
Aphex Twin kind of.
Yeah,
stuff,
Aphex Twin would be sick.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah. Then your shows would look a lot different.
Yeah.
You can maybe do a meditation session in the middle
Hell
of the set.
yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah,
I'm
get inside your own
that.
head,
People
kind of
need
shit.
that, man.
Yeah.
You've also been on tour with Bring Me the Horizon. Mm-hmm. How was that? Did that make you evolve as a band? Did that bring you to the next level?
I think it did.
Yeah, I think as far as bringing us to more people.
Yeah.
You know, and they're friends of ours though, you know, so just watching friends of yours do such big things and great things and innovative things in their own respect is always inspiring, you know, and you know, as you get older and move further and further along, it seems like sometimes bands can feel as though it gets harder to find themselves in a place where they're consistently inspired. Mm-hmm. And I think that we were very lucky to be out with them and seeing how they've evolved themselves to sort of encourage us to do the same.
Apart from looking to those bands or playing with those bands, where do you get inspiration from?
A lot of different things. Like for instance, our drummer, he's not here, but he gets really hyped off his favorite basketball players and like watching highlights from what's his name?
Well, Russell Westbrook, just highlight reel videos, and I mean we all came up in skateboarding, so skateboarding gets us hyped. Obviously, a lot of different artists and bands and stuff like that. But
so it's not only music, but it's the arts and sports as well.
Yeah, me personally, my son, who's 21, he's not even 2 yet, is probably one of the biggest sources of inspiration I've had in a long time in my life. Okay. You know, just watching him grow, his sort of inherently omnivorous openness to the world, he just wants to learn everything, and to me, and also just seeing what's capable. Within the human spirit. I see that a lot in my son, so it's pretty inspiring, yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
On this festival, the majority of the bands, especially the headliners, Kiss, Whitesnake, Slayer even, they're above 55 of age. You're, compared to them, pretty young guys still. How do you see music evolve and what role can you play in that? Those headliners will die eventually, or they will go on retirement.
Right.
How do you see yourself grow in as opposed to them?
See us grow, or well, it's important to us that we provide a place for minorities and all sorts of people who aren't really represented in rock music and heavy music to have a place. So that's people of color and women. Just anyone that's underrepresented, we want to make a place for them. So I would like to think that as time goes on, whoever the headliners are, we'd like for it to be diverse and in age as well. I think that sometimes metal can be kind of an unwelcoming genre our culture as far as just like letting new talent at the top, because the classics are going to be the classics. So that just is what it is, and respect to all of them. But I do feel like Architects is playing right now.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal, and have been phenomenal for over a decade, and they're still kind of in that same kind of realm. There's no reason why they can't be like
They're not
way
going
higher.
to-
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I would like to see that, and I would also like to see, us and other bands just kind of representing people who are underrepresented.
You said the diversity. Is that something that metal or rock in general is still struggling with nowadays?
Yeah, I think that it's a struggle because it's not at its peak. You know, I feel like there's still areas of rock and metal and punk rock and hardcore where there are gatekeepers and people that are again unwelcoming to people that are not traditionally. They don't look the traditional part. They don't come from the traditional background. They may even culturally may seem different, and I think that is a struggle. And I think it's very representative and parallels a lot of what's happening in the world too. You know, is this we need to find places for people in various cultures that want to be involved in order to better it. And I think that once we open up the diversity channels of punk rock, hardcore, metal, and the like, that we have a better chance of survival.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the less people you bring in, the smaller the tribe will be.
Yeah. Is the higher tolerance for people who look or think different than you are, is that more present in punk and hardcore nowadays as opposed to metal, or?
We kind of see it kind of the same to me. I thought maybe because I originally kind of came up on punk rock. You know, punk rock was right after hip hop for me, and then I got metal after punk rock, but we've run into some things where I think that people have these skewed ideas of what it means to be punk rock based on, again, phenotype or just the way you're dressed or the way that you may speak because of where you're from. Like, I don't talk like everybody. Steven doesn't talk or look like everybody in punk rock, hardcore, metal, because culturally, perhaps the genesis of our lives are from somewhere else, but our ethos, our mindset, the ideology that is what we believe to be punk rock, metal, hardcore, which is progressive thought and mindset. That to me is the most punk rock, the most progressive, the most metal, the most hardcore thing you can sort of affix to yourself. So I think that it's about this, if anything else, really, and what you mean and what you mean. What your intentions are for the culture.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's about building a better world, show per show, show by show, and
Absolutely.
every night. Yeah.
I would believe so, yeah, and also just opening a space, even if we ain't, because they got to be 100. Like one of our demonstrations, performances, events, whatever. That's not gonna. Reality is that's not gonna change the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta take what we learn in these events, in these demonstrations, in these shows, and we need to go out and we need to act on them. We need to activate them. We
Start in our own communities.
Right, it starts here, and then we move outward and we assimilate. You know what I mean? Because we can talk all the shit we want in an echo chamber, but no one's gonna hear you because it's always gonna bounce back. It won't leave that chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
It's a nice note to end on.
Yeah.
Thank
cool,
you,
man.
guys.
Hell yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks, brother. Cool
Thank
battery
you.
shirt, by the way, too. Yeah.